Hello and welcome to Planet Smasher HQ. I bought this box of mini Gaslands models from ROK Minis about a year ago at UK Games Expo, and it's about time I had a look what's inside. Now, you may or may not be aware that there is a small sub-community of Micro Gaslands players who play Gaslands with micro machines and similar stuff that's like a smaller scale. You can do this quite easily by shaving down the size of the movement templates. I do it essentially by scaling them down by 70%, which is the same as taking the templates which are intended for an A4 piece of paper and scaling them down to an A5 piece of paper. These are 3D printed Gaslands cars and terrain and race gates that are scaled for Micro Gaslands. Shall we take a look? Okay, what have we got here? Oh, I see a car. Already got a gun on the top. That seems to be a police car. It's got sirens on the top. That is a buggy. It's got rocket launchers on the top and chunky wheels and chunky... Let's break this off. Now, if you haven't bought anything from ROK Minis, one thing you need to know is this man is a particular sorcerer when it comes to 3D print resin. I've managed to tear the supports off and even the little bumper is intact. ROK Minis specialises in small scale models, particularly like 10mm fantasy armies and 10mm science fiction armies. And I've painted up some of those, and dry brushing tiny models like that normally results in lots of snappages, but not with ROK Minis. Okay, what have we got here? This is a sort of armoured buggy with some machine guns on the front, a cool engine block on the back, and a really nice looking ram. Here's something a bit larger. This is a heavy truck with a big ram, some turret mounted miniguns, and really nice pipe work on the side here. Let's keep digging. Now this looks normal from the top, but I can see peeking through. Yeah, some tank tracks. Very neat. Buggy with some big tanks on the back, probably nitro. Now I assume he scaled these down from something larger, because these bumper pieces are absolutely minuscule. I'm not certain if these are supports or they're bumpers. I'm going to leave them on for now. They seem pretty welded on the side. Ho ho! Ice cream truck. Oh, it's got an ice cream on the top, but it's also got some speakers to play the infuriating jingle. Another rocket truck here. And here's something even bigger, an articulated lorry. Okay, now here we get to our first bit of terrain. This looks like some kind of building. Normally, I vastly prefer when the supports are off when you buy a 3D model, but these ones are pretty forgiving because of the flexibility of the resin. Oh, that's nice. Oh, this is going to look great when it's painted up, and it should paint up pretty easily. Here's a collection of scatter terrain, tyres, barrels. I'm not going to pull all those off just yet. Okay, what else have we got? Okay, we've got a bunch of shipping containers. I find these super useful for making modular track layouts. Okay, so that's a total of 10 shipping containers. That is going to be very useful. I'll paint them in some different colours, maybe even put some designs on the side. Here's another post-apocalyptic shack. That's really cool. It's like a shipping container that's been converted into a little cottage. Slightly different sizes to the other shipping containers, but whatever. Wow, look at the size of this. Eek! Oh, it's part of it. There's a truck that's fallen over here, but it's actually connected at all points, so it is part of the terrain piece. That's a really cool terrain piece. I'll get these inner ones off with a knife in a minute. And then we have these, which definitely look like race gates. They're a bit soft. I will probably mount them on something to make them a bit more stable. All right, let's see what else we got in here. The final layer. Ooh, there's lots of goodies down here. We have a little shack. Oh, cool, it's got an interior. That's really nice. Time to break out the clippers. Well, it took a little while to get everything off that last sprue, but you get a ton of stuff in this set. So we've got 3 race gates, proper widths. We've got these 3 smaller gates with what look like hazards on the way in and out. I'm not entirely sure what to do with those. They might just be decoration. But 3 race gates gives us enough for a small race. I wish there was a 4th one of these. But we could easily make race gates with these 10 shipping containers that we've got. And there's a bunch of other really cool stuff here. So these buildings are nice. I think those can provide some interesting either obstacles or just kind of scatter to make it around the outside of the track. If you're doing a wasteland skirmish, these can provide like a really nice settlement that you're looting or fighting over. These barricades are, I don't know, they're just super useful for making a track. So I think those are going to be really good. Yeah, I mean, I think plus these little small ones, you've got a load of small obstacles to build a track shape out of, so that's really good. The scale of them all is really nice. Now the question is, how are these vehicles in scale with Micro Machines? And I have some Micro Machines here. Okay, so these are some Micro Machines. They are pretty good scale. The Micro Machines are a little bit chunkier, so these are a bit more kind of true to scale. But this little A-Team van looks pretty excellent next to it. So I think they're all going to fit together pretty nicely. This truck, I think, ends up looking a bit small next to the Micro Machines cars, but whatever. So there we have it, the Micro Gaslands set from ROK Minis. I can't wait to get these all sprayed brown and rust, daub a bit of paint on, and get a tiny game of Gaslands going. Well, thank you so much for sticking around and watching. You can find everything that I'm up to at planetsmashergames.com, or you can go to itch and find early access versions of the games that I am currently working on. Go to planetsmashergames.itch.io and have a look. Until next time, a goodbye.